Imagine quitting a high-paying Wall Street job with nothing but one suitcase, a half-written idea, and the audacious belief that the internet could change everything. You pack up your life, move across the country, and set up shop in a cramped garage where your biggest rivals don't even know you exist. Within months, you launch a website that will rewrite the rulebook of business, while no one sees it coming. This is the untold story of Amazon, the company that started in a tiny garage and became a global empire. Before we dive into this incredible journey, the garage startup, the sleepless nights, the near failures, and the meteoric rise, make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you love stories of visionaries who defied the odds and changed the world. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a story like this. In 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, a boy named Jeff Bezos was born. From a very young age, he displayed an intense curiosity and a fascination with science, technology, and problem-solving. Bezos absolutely loved building things, taking electronics apart, and figuring out how they worked. Even in high school, he demonstrated ambition that went far beyond ordinary teenage dreams. He graduated from Princeton University in 1986 with a degree in electrical engineering and computer science. A lucrative career on Wall Street awaited him. High pay, security, prestige. But the young Bezos had a vision that wouldn't allow him to settle for conventional success. By the early 1990s, the internet was growing at a mind-blowing rate, over 2,300% annually. Most people still viewed it as a novelty, a fun little toy. But Bezos saw it as the future, a marketplace without limits. He realized that commerce was about to be fundamentally transformed, and he wanted to be the one to make it happen. So, he made a decision that shocked everyone who knew him. He quit his high-paying job at the investment firm D.E. Shaw in 1994. He didn't just leave a career behind. He left comfort, stability, and certainty. Many would have called it reckless. For Bezos, it was the first critical step toward a vision bigger than any one job or paycheck. So, why a garage? Because ambition often begins in cramped, imperfect spaces. In 1994, Jeff Bezos set up his new company in a small garage in Seattle. He borrowed office equipment, used desks salvaged from discarded furniture, and assembled a tiny team of employees who shared his vision. It was messy, chaotic, and nothing like the polished corporate offices we see today. Originally, Bezos called the company Cadabra Inc., as in abracadabra. But he quickly changed it to Amazon after a lawyer misheard the name as cadaver. Not the best brand image, the name Amazon, on the other hand, reflected his goal perfectly. Vastness, power, and global reach, just like the river. Bezos chose books as his first product. Why books? It was a genius move. They were universal, lightweight to ship, and came in an almost infinite variety. Physical bookstores were limited by their shelf space, but the internet could host millions of titles. This was a seemingly simple insight, but it had revolutionary potential. Raising money wasn't easy. Bezos pitched to investors, including his own parents, who contributed significant support to get him started. He was brutally honest with early investors, warning them that there was a high risk of failure. Yet, they believed in his vision. In that garage, with every order packed and every line of code written, the future of e-commerce quietly began. On July 16, 1995, Amazon.com officially launched. The first orders trickled in, small, unassuming, but symbolic of the massive wave to come. Within just 30 days, Amazon was shipping books to all 50 U.S. states and 45 countries internationally. The website was still basic, but the infrastructure for something much, much larger was forming right there. The early challenges were intense. Shipping books efficiently, managing inventory, and building trust with customers who couldn't see or touch the products were major hurdles. Bezos and his small team often worked late into the night, personally packing boxes on the floor, coding the website, and troubleshooting every little issue. Mistakes were costly, but each problem became a learning opportunity. From day one, Bezos' obsession with customer satisfaction became the company's guiding principle. He studied data meticulously, constantly optimized the user experience, and implemented features like customer reviews and recommendations that would later become industry standards. He wasn't just selling books. He was building a relationship with every single customer. By 1998, Bezos' vision had already expanded far beyond books. Amazon began selling CDs, videos, electronics, and toys. The strategy was clear. Start with a product that had universal appeal, build unshakable trust with customers, and then diversify into countless other categories. They wanted to be the everything store. But scaling up came with a whole new set of problems. Inventory management, shipping logistics, returns, and customer service were now massive, complex challenges. Profits weren't immediate. In fact, the company was losing money. Bezos famously adopted a long-term perspective. While Wall Street and other critics panicked at the losses, he focused relentlessly on growth and market share. It was during this time that the mantra, "Day One," became central to Amazon's culture. It means that stagnation is failure, and every single day requires innovation, risk-taking, and a relentless effort to serve the customer. It's always day one at Amazon. By the late 1990s, Amazon had gone public in 1997. The IPO was both a triumph and a trial. Investors were excited but deeply skeptical. Critics labeled Amazon a risky venture with no guaranteed profits. Then, the dot-com bubble of 1999 to 2000 brought even more scrutiny. Many online startups were failing spectacularly, and the world was questioning whether Bezos' vision could possibly survive the crash. Yet, amidst all that chaos, Bezos remained laser-focused. He understood that building a company that would last for decades required patience, foresight, and that relentless customer focus. While competitors faltered and went bankrupt, Amazon continued to invest in its infrastructure, its technology, and its people, preparing for a future that very few could see at the time. The Amazon garage is more than just a physical space. It's a powerful symbol of audacity, risk, and vision. Bezos' journey teaches us that extraordinary achievements often start humbly, with minimal resources but an unshakable belief. The garage represents a few key lessons. First, the courage to leave comfort, to step into total uncertainty, to pursue a bigger dream. Second, the relentless hustle, working tirelessly to solve problems, build systems, and innovate when no one is watching. Third, customer obsession, obsessing over service, experience, and value to drive sustainable growth. And finally, having a vision beyond the immediate, seeing the potential of a new technology like the internet before almost anyone else did. For anyone watching, the message is clear. Greatness begins when you take the leap, embrace the risk, and work tirelessly to turn your vision into reality. The garage is where the impossible started, and it serves as a powerful inspiration for anyone willing to dream big. Jeff Bezos' story isn't just about business, it's about human ambition. It's about daring to imagine a future that others can't yet see, and taking massive action when most people would remain cautious. From that small garage to the beginnings of a global empire, every single challenge, every mistake, and every sleepless night mattered. This early part of Amazon's journey shows us that success is rarely instantaneous, and taking risks is inevitable. But vision, perseverance, and relentless dedication can transform the smallest beginnings into a global impact. That garage moment is your metaphorical challenge. What are you willing to risk for your dream? What small, chaotic, imperfect space in your own life can you turn into a laboratory of success? If Jeff Bezos could start with a garage and a few boxes of books, just imagine what you could build with your vision and your persistence. Imagine this: a tiny garage in Seattle, overflowing with boxes of books. This isn't just a garage, it's the birthplace of a revolution. As the first orders for Amazon, were shipped out, the world had no idea what was coming. This small startup was about to grow at a speed nobody could predict. Orders flooded in from all over the United States, and soon, the entire world was curious about this new way to buy books online. But with explosive growth comes crushing pressure. The garage was bursting at the seams, the team was stretched thin, and the stakes were getting dangerously high. Jeff Bezos knew that to survive in this new digital frontier, he needed more than just a good idea. He needed a crystal-clear vision, unbreakable resilience, and the courage to take risks that seemed completely insane to everyone else. By 1996, just a year after starting, the garage was history. Amazon moved into a real office, hired more people, and started building the infrastructure needed to handle the avalanche of orders. Bezos saw the internet not just as a bookstore, but as a gateway to everything. Books were just the first step. Soon, music CDs, videos, and toys were added to the virtual shelves. Amazon was transforming from a niche bookstore into a digital department store. This was a huge gamble. More products meant more complex logistics, bigger warehouses, and skyrocketing costs. One wrong move, and the whole thing could collapse. But Bezos lived by a simple, powerful mantra. It's always day one. He believed that short-term losses were a small price to pay for long-term dominance. He was playing the long game, and he was just getting started. Then, in May 1997, came the ultimate test. Amazon went public. The IPO was a massive event, valuing the company at over $300 million. Investors were buzzing with excitement, but Wall Street was deeply skeptical. How could a company that wasn't even profitable be worth so much money? The IPO brought in much-needed cash, but it also put Amazon under a microscope. Analysts tore into the business model, questioning the rapid expansion and the constant burning of cash. Headlines screamed warnings. Amazon burns cash faster than most startups. And is this dot-com bubble about to burst? Through it all, Bezos remained calm and focused. He knew that the true measure of his company wasn't quarterly profits, but customer loyalty and a powerful, scalable infrastructure. He was building for the future, not for the next earnings report. He was determined to keep the day one spirit alive, ensuring Amazon would always be agile, innovative, and completely obsessed with its customers. As the 90s roared to a close, the internet boom was in full manic swing. Money was being thrown at any company with a "com" in its name. It was a gold rush, but it was also a minefield. While Amazon was expanding, many of its competitors were imploding. Companies like Webvan and Pets. Once darlings of the market, vanished overnight, taking billions in investor money with them. Amazon, with its aggressive spending, looked just as vulnerable to the critics. Was it next on the chopping block? Internally, the pressure was immense. Bezos knew that one misstep in managing their cash flow or expanding too quickly could be fatal. But he held a deep belief that his strategy would see them through the storm. So, how did Amazon survive when so many others crashed and burned? It all came down to Bezos's strategic genius and calculated bets. First, and most importantly, customer obsession. Bezos understood that a loyal customer base was the ultimate shield. He invested heavily in fast shipping, easy returns, and groundbreaking features like customer reviews and personalized recommendations. This built a level of trust that no competitor could replicate. Second, he reinvested everything. Instead of chasing short-term profits to please Wall Street, every dollar Amazon earned went right back into the business, building massive fulfillment centers, developing cutting-edge technology, and expanding into new product categories. He was building a fortress, brick by digital brick. And third, Amazon was always a technology company first and a retailer second. Bezos prioritized scalable systems and data analytics from the very beginning, creating a robust software backbone that could handle millions of orders with incredible efficiency. This tech-first approach gave them an insurmountable edge. During the peak of the dot-com hysteria, the public criticism was relentless. Analysts on TV called Amazon reckless and unsustainable. Investors panicked over the company's mounting losses. Some even said the entire business model was a fantasy. But behind the curtain, the real work was happening. The Amazon team was pulling all-nighters, coding, packing boxes, and negotiating with suppliers, all while keeping their eyes on the long-term prize. The culture was intense, but it was forged in a shared mission: to innovate, to endure, and to serve the customer above all else. Even in the middle of all this chaos, Amazon never stopped innovating. They pioneered personalized recommendations, using data to show you products you might like, which dramatically boosted sales. Bezos poured money into perfecting warehouse logistics, laying the groundwork for what would one day become Amazon Prime. And by expanding into electronics and toys, they became the one-stop shop that set them apart from every physical store. Every single innovation was designed to completely reinvent the customer experience. Bezos knew that in this new world, the fastest innovator wouldn't just survive, they would dominate. So, what can we learn from Amazon's incredible survival story? First, a long-term vision is everything. Bezos ignored the constant noise and focused on what truly mattered: infrastructure, technology, and customer love. Second, calculated risks pay off. Every warehouse and every software update was a gamble, but they were the strategic moves that positioned Amazon for future glory. And finally, a culture of resilience is unstoppable. The team faced incredible stress and doubt, but their shared mission kept them moving forward. By the year 2000, the dot-com bubble had burst spectacularly. The digital landscape was littered with the wreckage of failed companies. And yet, Amazon was still standing. It wasn't profitable yet, but it had built an unshakable foundation: a massive, loyal customer base, the most advanced technology in e-commerce, and a brand synonymous with reliability. Amazon hadn't just survived the storm, it had emerged from it stronger, leaner, and ready to conquer the world. The story of Amazon's early years is a powerful lesson in courage and vision. Bezos risked it all, stared down public failure, and navigated a crisis that wiped out an entire industry. His journey shows us that the road to success is never a straight line. It's filled with challenges, doubt, and setbacks. But with unwavering persistence, a willingness to take smart risks, and a relentless drive to innovate, you can turn even the most fragile beginnings into something truly extraordinary. When the dust of the dot-com bubble settled, many thought Amazon had just gotten lucky. But for Jeff Bezos, survival was just the starting line. He was building an empire. This wasn't about selling books anymore. It was about creating the everything store, a company that knew what you wanted before you even did. While the world was still catching up to online shopping, Bezos was already playing a different game. Amazon had built a colossal, powerful computing network to run its own operations. Then, a light bulb moment. If we can use this, why can't others? In 2006, they launched Amazon Web Services, or AWS. The critics were baffled. A bookseller competing with IBM and Microsoft? It sounded insane, but that gamble paid off. AWS became the invisible backbone of the internet, powering everything from Netflix binges to Airbnb bookings. It turned Amazon from a retailer into a technology titan, proving Bezos was always looking for the next big thing. But he didn't forget where he started. Books were still Amazon's heart, and he was about to give that heart a new beat. In 2007, the Kindle was born. Again, skeptics scoffed. Who would trade the feel of paper for a cold plastic screen? Bezos knew the answer. Anyone who valued convenience. The Kindle put an entire library in your pocket and made buying a new book an instant, one-click affair. The publishing world was shaken to its core and forced to evolve. Amazon didn't just sell books, it reinvented reading itself. Bezos knew that to build an empire, you can't just create, you have to conquer. His strategy of smart acquisitions was a masterclass in expansion. In 2009, he bought Zappos, not just for their shoes, but for their legendary customer service culture. In 2014, he saw the future of entertainment and snatched up the gaming platform Twitch for nearly $1 billion, long before live streaming became the giant it is today. And in 2017, the bombshell, Amazon bought Whole Foods for almost $14 billion. Suddenly, the king of e-commerce had a massive footprint in the physical world of groceries, revolutionizing fresh food delivery. Each purchase was a calculated move, a new piece on the chessboard of global dominance. What's the secret weapon behind this empire? Speed. Bezos understood that in e-commerce, being fast is everything. He poured billions into building a logistics network that was second to none. Fulfillment centers became futuristic hubs of robotics and AI, all designed to get your package to you faster than anyone else. Then came the masterstroke, Amazon Prime, a yearly fee for free, 2-day shipping. It wasn't just a delivery service, it was a loyalty machine. It locked customers into the Amazon ecosystem and set a new, almost impossible standard for every other retailer on the planet. This logistics machine became so powerful and resilient, it could withstand global crises, delivering reliably when others couldn't. From its base in the US, Amazon began its global march. Websites were localized for the UK, Germany, Japan, and beyond, speaking the customer's language and using their currency. They didn't just sell their own products, they opened the Amazon marketplace, allowing millions of small sellers to reach a global audience. This wasn't just about making sales, it was about making the name Amazon synonymous with shopping, no matter where you lived in the world. The goal was simple and audacious: to become the world's default store. Bezos' obsession with the future didn't stop there. He invested in wild science fiction ideas long before they were practical. He dreamed of cashierless stores, leading to Amazon Go, where you can just walk out with your items. He envisioned a sky full of delivery drones, promising packages in under 30 minutes. And he brought artificial intelligence into our homes with Alexa and the Echo, changing how we interact with technology itself. These weren't just projects, they were experiments in building the future. A sign of a company that refuses to stop innovating. Of course, you don't build an empire this big without making some enemies. Amazon has faced intense scrutiny over its labor practices, its environmental impact, and its sheer market power. As the company grew, so did the criticism. But through it all, Bezos remained laser-focused on his long-term vision. He understood that controversy comes with scale. Instead of getting defensive, he just kept building, kept improving, and kept pushing forward, letting the results speak for themselves. So what's the philosophy that powers this relentless drive? It's pure Bezos. First, think long-term. Forget about this quarter's profits. Focus on where you'll be in a decade. Second, be obsessed with the customer. Every single decision, from a new feature to a multi-billion-dollar acquisition, had to answer one question: is this good for the customer? And third, always treat it as day one. He instilled a culture that fought against complacency, a startup mindset that believed the journey was always just 1% finished. This philosophy of embracing failure, experimenting constantly, and always staying hungry is what allowed Amazon to become the giant it is today. From a garage in Seattle to a global empire that touches nearly every aspect of our lives, the story of Amazon is a powerful lesson. It's about the incredible force of a single, audacious vision combined with relentless execution. Bezos never let what Amazon was limit what it could become. He saw the future, he took massive risks, and he built it. For all of us, the message is electrifying. Growth doesn't come from playing it safe. It comes from dreaming bigger than anyone else, and then working tirelessly to make that dream a reality. By the time this chapter of Amazon's story was closing, it was more than a store. It was a technology company, a logistics powerhouse, a media giant, and a global phenomenon. And for Bezos, even the planet itself was becoming too small. His next frontier? Space. From a garage in Seattle to a global empire, the story of Amazon and its founder, Jeff Bezos, is more than just a business tale. It's a testament to how vision, paired with relentless perseverance, can literally change the world. But as Amazon became a global powerhouse, Bezos began to look beyond the company, beyond online shopping, and even beyond Earth itself. His ambitions were always audacious, and that mindset now defines not just Amazon, but the very trajectory of his life. Amazon is no longer a small startup. It's a colossus touching billions of lives. Yet, Bezos understood that no empire lasts without constant evolution. This is the story of that evolution, a story of an empire and the man who built it. In February 2021, after 27 years, Jeff Bezos stepped down as CEO of Amazon. This was a historic moment. The man who built an empire from scratch was transitioning to a new role, one focused on long-term innovation and exploration. Andy Jassy, the former head of Amazon Web Services, took the reins, ensuring the company's technological heart remained in expert hands. But Bezos' departure wasn't an end. It was a new beginning. It freed him to focus on other passions while the empire he built continued its growth. This move perfectly reflects a core Amazon principle: Day one thinking. A company must always evolve, innovate, and stay hungry. For Bezos, this leadership transition wasn't a risk. It was an opportunity to strengthen the foundation for the future. Fast forward to today, and Amazon is far more than just a retailer. It's a global ecosystem. Its e-commerce platform offers millions of products with one-click purchasing and same-day delivery. Amazon Web Services, or AWS, is the backbone of the modern internet, powering everything from startups to governments. In entertainment, Prime Video and Twitch dominate our screens. And in our homes, smart devices like Alexa and Echo have seamlessly integrated technology into our daily lives. The company has even moved into physical retail with Whole Foods and cashierless Amazon Go stores. Every single one of these ventures is driven by Bezos' guiding principles: obsession with the customer, a passion for invention, and a commitment to long-term thinking. Amazon isn't just a company anymore, it's a global standard. While Amazon continued to conquer Earth, Bezos' ambitions were already reaching for the stars. Back in 2000, he founded Blue Origin, a private aerospace company with a simple but profound mission: to make space travel accessible and sustainable. Blue Origin is Amazon's philosophy scaled up to an interplanetary level. It's built on a long-term vision of humanity becoming a multi-planetary species. It relies on persistence and experimentation, with years spent testing rockets and refining technology. And it's future-focused, viewing space not as a billionaire's playground, but as a crucial investment in humanity's long-term survival. Bezos himself has flown aboard Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket, experiencing the very frontier he wants to open for all of us. It's the ultimate proof that ambition has no limits. Even after stepping back, Bezos's influence on innovation at Amazon is undeniable. The company remains on the cutting edge. Artificial intelligence powers everything from the product recommendations you see to the complex automation inside its warehouses. Advanced robotics make fulfillment centers faster and safer than ever before. And projects like Amazon Prime Air, with its drone delivery system, promise a future where packages arrive in minutes, completely redefining logistics. Beyond its own operations, Bezos committed Amazon to the Climate Pledge, aiming for net zero carbon emissions by 2040. This culture of bold experimentation, where failure is seen as a learning opportunity, is what keeps Amazon ahead of the curve. Of course, with great success comes great scrutiny. Amazon constantly faces tough questions about its labor practices, market dominance, environmental impact, and data privacy. The company has become a lightning rod for debate on the responsibilities of big tech. Now less involved in day-to-day operations, Bezos remains focused on solving big problems through innovation. But this constant criticism highlights one of his core lessons: success invites challenges. No empire is immune to scrutiny, and the ability to navigate that controversy without losing focus is the hallmark of truly lasting leadership. The journey from a garage to a global giant offers powerful lessons for all of us. First, have a vision that looks beyond today. Bezos didn't just build an online bookstore. He imagined what the future of commerce could be, years ahead of anyone else. Second, persist through failure. The dot-com bubble, early financial losses, and widespread skepticism were just obstacles, not dead ends. Third, make customer obsession your core principle. Every decision at Amazon was made to benefit the customer, creating fierce loyalty. Fourth, take calculated risks. Bezos invested boldly in things like AWS and Kindle when others wouldn't, knowing long-term gains were worth short-term costs. And finally, innovate without fear. This story is a blueprint for pursuing your own ambitious dreams. Think about it. In 1994, Amazon was just an idea in a garage, backed by a vision that most people doubted. 3 decades later, it has transformed not just commerce and technology, but is shaping the future of space travel. The message here is powerful. Your current circumstances do not define your potential. The grandest visions often start small. With a relentless focus, a willingness to take calculated risks, and a long-term mindset, you can overcome skepticism, criticism, and failure. Bezos' journey teaches us that every challenge is an opportunity to innovate, and that failure is just a stepping stone, not a dead end. Whether your dream is in business, art, or personal growth, these principles can guide you. So, now it's your turn. What's the garage in your life? What's your starting point, your challenge, your imperfect beginning? Ask yourself, what is my vision, even if others think it's crazy? What risks am I willing to take to make it a reality? How can I reframe my failures as lessons for success? What small investments can I make today that will pay off in the years to come? Like Bezos, you don't have to wait for the perfect moment. Start with what you have, embrace the unknown, and pursue your goals with everything you've got. If Amazon's story teaches us anything, it's that audacious dreams, when paired with action and persistence, can truly change the world. From a humble garage to a global empire touching retail, tech, entertainment, and even space, Amazon's story is one of incredible courage and relentless innovation. Jeff Bezos' journey reminds us that greatness isn't about avoiding risk. It's about managing it, learning from it, and never, ever losing sight of the future. The story is far from over. The empire continues to expand and challenge what's possible. And for everyone watching, the message is timeless. Your potential is limitless if you dare to imagine, work relentlessly, and persist through every challenge. If this story inspired you, please give this video a like. It really helps us create more content that motivates and educates. Share it with a friend who has a big dream and could use a spark of courage. And make sure you subscribe to follow more stories of visionaries who turned the impossible into reality. Comment below and tell us about the pre-concept garage. In your life, what's the first step you're taking toward your own empire? Remember, every empire starts somewhere, and the only limit is the one you set for yourself. Thank you for watching.